Welcome to the TSD Mindfulness video for teaching number 15. So we are beginning the 4 lists of 4. We completed the 3 lists of 3 and the 2 lists of 2. But the 4 lists of 4, the first list is how to tame the mental field. So the next 4 teachings will all be about how to tame the mental field. And this first teaching number 15, is creating time and space to meditate. So getting your meditation practice started can be a challenge. And so I'm going to go over some of those challenges in this video. One thing that the Buddhists say is that we are a beginner each time we sit down to meditate, that we are a beginner each time we sit down to meditate. Why do you think the Buddhists take that on as part of their philosophy? Why do you think that mindset is helpful? Well, one of the reasons is because if we have this mindset that we're this expert meditator and we go and we sit down on our cushion to meditate and our attention is just all over the place and we really having a hard time focusing, then we might get really frustrated with ourselves. We might think that, I should be doing better. I'm better at this, which is a dynamic we don't want to create. So if we have that mindset that each time I sit down to meditate, I'm a beginner. I have no idea what this meditation session is going to be like. I don't know if my mind is going to be all over the place or I'm going to be more focused. I don't know how it's going to go. And that's what you want to come into the experience with not holding on to outcome, not holding on to that this meditation needs to work itself out in a certain way, because you could be someone who's been meditating for 20 years and you could sit down on the mat one day and it be a meditation that involves a lot of difficulty with focus. And that's totally fine. So this is said to remind yourself to be gentle with yourself and trust you will find stillness even on a day when your mental field is really highly active. And throughout the years, this has been a concept that has been truly helpful to my students, that they just remember this, that each time I sit down to meditate, I'm a beginner. And there's other reasons for that philosophy. The idea of knowledge, the idea of having a knowing is sometimes could be in the way of us experiencing something, right? If we feel like we know something, then we might miss an opportunity to experience something else. It might be a hindrance, an obstacle. So if we can more be in this childlike openness mindset and being open, then you never know. You might get some really interesting insights. Something new might develop. So we really want to be open to whatever's new and unknown. If you are beginning your meditation practice, making it a routine is really helpful. So that means finding a time every day to meditate, or if it's a certain number of days a week, but you stick to that routine, like brushing our teeth. That's a routine. We do that every morning. We do that every night, where we make it a routine. And it's the same thing that we need to do with our meditation. It makes it so much easier. If the meditation is built into our routine, it's just something that we do, then we are so much better about that struggle of trying to find the time, right? Because that can be such a big hurdle as, I just can't find the time. Well, it really isn't that you can't find the time. It's just that it's not in your routine and you haven't created and opened up this space for it. And the reason is because you can meditate for 5 minutes. That's okay. And we can all find 5 minutes in our day to meditate. So if you say you don't have time to sit down and meditate for 5 minutes, I'm not going to believe you. You can find 5 minutes to meditate. If that's all that you have time for, that is actually going to be great. Even 5 minutes is going to be great for you. And so that's where I would start, is with 5 minutes. If you're challenged with time, find 5 minutes and stick to it every day, whether it's every morning or it's every night, or if you have the opportunity to meditate in the middle of the day, but just to make that part of your routine. And also what can be really helpful for people is to create a special place to meditate. Maybe there's a closet that you can turn into a little bit of a meditation space. Maybe there's a corner in a certain room that you can turn into a little bit of a meditation space. So that can be helpful for some people. I also like to say that you can meditate anywhere. Don't get yourself into this mindset where it's like, well, I can't meditate unless I'm home and unless I'm in that room, right? You really can meditate anywhere. I remember when I used to teach meditation to children, they used to come up with all these really cool places to meditate. And they say, well, I'd like to meditate when I'm on the swing, so really anywhere is fine. But if you find that to be helpful, to create a special place that just feels good, maybe it has a little altar, maybe you have a candle there, maybe you have some nice cushions, something that really feels cozy for you. So this is the conclusion for teaching number 15 of the TSD mindfulness teachings.